Hi everyone, and welcome back to another reading. Today we're looking into why are they so distant? Okay, so this is usually not something I feel drawn to, which is really interesting that Spirit wanted me to do this reading, but I'm just gonna go with it, of course, and I have a feeling it's gonna be more like on the romance level, but I mean, you never know. So we have three groups as per usual. For group number one, for why are they so distant, we have this feather here. For group number two, we have this beautiful feather. Why are they so distant? And for group number three, we have this one here. Okay. So if this is something that resonates with you, this reading, and one of these cards stand out to you, then this is your reading. Okay, you can also go by the timestamps, by the numbers in the timestamps. Maybe you resonate with numbers, or just take your time. Maybe there's also more than one that resonates with you. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I super appreciate you guys, and let's just hop right into the reading. Hey, group number one, and you feel drawn to this card here. Okay, this feather. And it says, oh, it's ostrich. The choice is clear for you now. Follow the wisdom and truth you feel in your heart. So we're wondering, why are they so distant, right? And I feel like with the ostrich too, like the ostrich also likes to bury their head in the sand, right? So maybe there's also something that you or the other person, in this case, probably the other person, they buried their head in the sand. Like there's something that they don't want to face. And there is a clear choice for them. They just don't want to face the truth here, group number one. And that's what it is. Either you or them, they don't want to face the truth, actually. I'm going to put all of this stuff right here. It's got a few little markers first. Why are they so distant, please, for group number one? So they could also be distant socially, okay, like on social media. Or maybe they're just spying on you on social media. Why are they so distant, please, for group number one? Why is that person on group number one's mind so distant? They're holding on to some grudge. And also there's some gossip going on, or they may have heard something that might have not been the truth, or they're putting an emphasis on something that they've heard through the grapevine, okay? So there might be a situation here where they just really are just being petty, almost. So they're burying their head in the sand. They don't want to look at the truth, and they rather hold on to something that might not be the truth. So just that they have a reason to hold on to to have their head in the sand. Okay, to not make a move, to not come forward. So maybe something they saw online, or they saw you doing while they were observing you. So this also might be a person that is not necessarily like in close proximity with you or of you. They might just be somebody you know, okay, but I'll get more information about that later, but they're definitely holding on to something here. They don't want to let go, as I said. They have their head in the sand. They may have seen something online or seen you at an event that just annoyed them, okay? They may have seen you with another person. Maybe this is somebody that is a friend of yours, or somebody, an acquaintance you don't really know really tightly. If it is somebody tight, I heard, then they may have seen you post a picture, for example, online, and they just don't like it, who you're with, okay? The people that you're spending time with, they might be jealous of the people you're spending time with instead of themselves, okay? This could be why they're being quiet. Yeah, so now they might just keep their distance from you because they also don't want to look like a jealous person in front of you, potentially, here, group number one. It's almost also you with this thing, they're holding themselves really far away from you, somewhere where you can't reach them, or they have another excuse why they couldn't reach out to you, or couldn't answer your phone call, or something like that here. They might also be the ones spreading some stuff about you, and that's not even the truth, or half the truth, just to, I don't know, make themselves feel better for some reason here. But when I look at the cards underneath, with the moon and the okay, I think they want you to come forward, or they just want things to be okay. They want you to come forward and surprise them. It's almost like you owe them now, okay, for not putting them first. So this might be a bit of a childish personality type that we're dealing with here, why they're so distant. Same with the ostrich. I do feel like they might get upset over little things here very easily, okay? They're like a little bit of a stubborn child. Almost getting this energy here a little bit. I heard public display of affection. Maybe this is also something they can't jump over their own shadow, okay? They cannot come forward with giving you something that you maybe want, they're not ready for. Let's say the public display of affection, right? They might also appear in public different than they are, or you appear in public different than you are in personal life, like in your comfort zone, okay? So they're observing, they're very, I feel this is a person who's very strict with themselves and very critical of themselves and very judgmental, okay? So they might have some social anxiety, they might feel awkward, they might be introverted people that are just uncomfortable out in the open. And so they, instead of like addressing what's really bothering them, they might just pull back and they just hide at home, and then you don't hear from them for a while, right? They put themselves also in a cage and also think about all the things that you're wondering about or what people might be thinking of them. So they're very cautious people, maybe clumsy. They feel like they do things in public where they embarrass themselves quickly or easily. They might feel like people talk about them or judge them easily, okay? So they're very insecure. A lot of insecurities are coming through, and this might also justify a lot of their actions, okay? When you sometimes are with them where you can't really put a finger on their personality or why they're the way they are, this might be because they're portraying something that they're not. They're trying to hide their insecurities, and that, again, makes them look clumsy. Like they do weird stuff, you know, like they might say something weird and they don't even know what they even meant and what they even were trying to get at. So I feel like somebody's very unsure, uncertain, insecure, but also maybe just around you, okay? If this is like a love connection or something like this, I feel this person is just so enamored by you potentially that they're falling over their own feet walking, okay? So they can't focus when you're around. So that's why they're also pulling back and they're hiding. Maybe something embarrassing has happened and you saw something of them online, or they're so unsure that, you know, they rather just take their time apart and the distance until they think the air is cleared and nobody talks about this anymore and they feel better, and then they don't have to address it and they just come back and act like nothing happened before. So I'm getting this is why, you know, this is a big reason here why they're so distant. Okay, let's do some tarot cards here. Why are they so distant? These for group number 1. Oh, 8 of Swords, yeah, totally. Absolutely. Feeling trapped, blind to the truth, and self-limiting, right? Very self-limiting. Insecure, unsure, being back in a comfort zone, hiding in a comfort zone until the air is clear to come out again. What's that distance here, please, for group number 1? What's the distance for group number 1? Why are they so distant? Oof. The Hierophant. Knowledge, sharing, beliefs, and fellowship. And we also have the Queen of Wands. Passionate, take charge, and energetic. On the bottom we have the 3 of Pentacles here with collaboration, focused efforts, and common goals. King of Wands. Okay, so I also feel here, so this person obviously definitely feels not themselves when they're in public, when they're seen by others, or they are scared of being judged, okay? But I feel also the distance here that comes in is they feel empowered in their comfort zone when they have charge and take control over a situation. That's their comfort zone here. They also recharge probably. They're probably very introverted people, or they don't want to admit that they have some sort of anxiety here. So they probably portray another picture of themselves, which is not the truth, so they get exhausted and have to pull back here. I also feel that they do have some sort of, I feel like that they have some sort of sense of entitlement, to be honest, with the Queen of Wands here in the Anchor. They're very set in their own way. Because I also think that something that is a normal thing for them to, this is how they react to problems. I feel they might be emotionally immature. I'm just going to say it as it is. Like, they're not a bad person or anything, but I feel they have trouble dealing with coming forward and talking about their shit, okay? So Also, the ostrich, here's a bird, and here's a bird. They're a little chatty. Like, they quickly talk themselves out of something or say something weird and disappear, and nobody understood what they're saying. I think I mentioned this already, but it's really coming through here a lot. They're holding themselves captive. This might be something here with the Hierophant and the mice. This is something that they do that annoys them as well, right? They have some sort of set habit that they cannot get rid of. It's something that I don't even know if they're fully aware that this is an issue that they repeatedly, repetitively do, that they pull back, okay? They really, really hold on tightly also to their opinion, especially when they get annoyed. I think when they have an opinion, they really need people to see them, okay? I think here this problem is with sharing. I think this person, the distance is because this person has emotional immaturity and they're not doing well in a team setting, okay? So not because they might be overbearing, but also because they feel misunderstood. And then when they feel misunderstood, they get insecure, and then they may come across like a bit of a dick, okay? Potentially here, okay? So they feel also like maybe they have to be people pleasers. So that's why we see they behave completely different in public than they probably are in their comfort zone. And when they're alone, they know what they want, okay? They know who they are. And for some reason, it's really difficult for them to break through this border here with the mice and the Hierophant. It's very, very nagging on their emotions to fix this situation, especially when they're with a person that they like, okay? How are they going to be truthful with you when they can't even be truthful with themselves? So this here, this coming together, they want it, obviously, but how can they be authentically themselves? I think that's why they're pulling back, because they have a tough time being authentically themselves in public. Let's get another row here of tarot and see if we can clarify all of this too, or another reason why others are different, distant, please. Yeah, here. Again, what I see here already scratched on is the public display of affection. So that's another thing, right? They don't feel comfortable doing things in public when people see them. Can we please get another clarifier for the mice and the Hierophant? Thank you. 7 of Cups. Yeah, so there's a lot of confusion around this topic here, or confusion around their emotions. Confusions around their commitment, confusions around knowing what they want. Because they can't behave themselves in public, they might think that they might overthink the situation about you, okay? This is, I feel mostly like romantic stuff here, or but please put it as it resonates. Like if this is like a family member, for example, could be the same thing, you know, that they see you with others and you're different with them, or for them it's easy to be different with other people than with you. So there's a really strange feeling of confusion. You make them feel insecure. I think they're just not their confident self around you, group number 1. So that's a problem for them. They pull back. And we have the 6 of Pentacles, yeah. Give and receive, sharing. So I think they're really, honestly, when they're on their own at home, they're completely different than what they portray in public. And maybe this is also not something that, because they don't know yet how to deal with this, they pull back from you. If you have a good time with them, they might end it when it's the best, okay? So you have a good memory of them, and then you won't see them for a while. And you're wondering, like, what's going on? Did I say something wrong, or what happened? And they're so particular that you don't even have to do anything wrong. But they're very particular in observing. Also because they're critical of themselves, they're also very critical of others, right? So they're observing you like super closely, what you do, and studying, right? They're studying someone else. Instead, they should maybe study their own feelings here. But that's like almost like a compensation kind of thing, right? Like instead of dealing with their own emotions, they're trying to figure you out and try to do the right thing. But in hindsight, it's not the right thing, because they're only pulling away, recharging here, and never really show another person the 100% truth of themselves, because they don't even know how to portray the truth in themselves. So they rather bury their head in the sand. And I think they have such trouble figuring out how to change this about them that they avoid this completely, and then they just go distant or silent. They ghost you, okay, whatever this is, whatever they do. Though we have the Nine of Cups here on the bottom. Again, now for this row we have the Nine of Cups. So before here we had the Three of Pentacles. Is this coming together? And here we have the Nine of Cups on the bottom. Dreams coming true and satisfaction, right? And abundance. So they want this. Again, they want to feel just as comfortable with you as they can feel on their own, with people that they're probably also comfortable with. They feel drawn to familiar things, okay? But with the Queen of Wands, I really feel like that they like to have control and choose. They like to choose when to do things. And that might make them look like they're egotistical or they're selfish. But if I don't think they are completely selfish, but it's their issues that they're dealing with themselves, right? That makes them look like a little, what's the word? Picky. And if you feel like you have to be a very specific way around them, it's because they feel like they have to put on their best, the best show, right, that they can deliver. They are different in public. They're not giving you 100% themselves, or they're holding back a lot. They don't feel good enough. Yeah, again, the sharing here and the confusion, the wishful thinking, the fantasies. I think their fantasies are rampant, okay? They're running rampant. In their mind, everything seems easy. It should be easy to have all of this with that person, with you, right? To come forward and just share and be open and public and normal about this, but I think they're annoying themselves also with the overthinking and the confusion about what they really want, how to get there. Very analytical, critical, analytical here. Let's get a few Sacred Destiny cards and see why are they so distant, please, Spirit. Is there another message here of why they are so distant? Illumination. Illumination. Embracing. Oops. Yeah, I think their insecurities are illuminated. Again, the same messages are coming through. Their insecurities are illuminated when they're in public. They might already be a public figure too, or a lot of people know them or watch them. So they're also scared that you have a wrong image of them, okay? They're also worrying about what you're thinking about them, obviously. They're also pulling back because they want to embrace also their sanity, right? They have to move back, like they have to always crawl back into their shell and embrace and regenerate their energy from when they have to put on the show here, whatever they're doing. Maybe this is also like a teacher or somebody who is like maybe working in a public field here, you know? Where everyone sees them as this cool bird, this cool ostrich, right? They're some very unique ostriches. They're also very fiery and impulsive too. Or they bury themselves, their head in the sand, so to speak. Stubborn. Stubborn, yeah. They have a lot of weird, not weird, I don't want to say weird traits. I think I'm going to repeat myself now if I just go back and forth, about how different they are in public than at home. Yeah, and here's the flow. They want to be in the flow, I think, but they have a tough time being in the flow. This is something I think that's very important to them. Feeling safe, I feel, as well. Purification, yeah. They need the solitude. They want to be open, see, community. They want to. They really want to feel different. In their head, I think, when they think about it, like the social anxiety thing, right? When they think about it, it might be easy to overcome. It's like, okay, next time I'm just gonna be and do blah 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 this way. Let's get a few of those. Why are they so distant, please, for group number 1? They might also admire you so much again, right? Like, why are they so distant for group number 1? Why are they so distant? I want this card. Unlimited potential. I also heard they want their freedom. Patience. Yeah, they need a lot of time, like, to themselves, obviously. I also do believe that they do have unlimited potential also with you, or what you want with them. I also heard that they're not boring. They're not very boring. Like, they're very deep. Okay, this person is also potentially very deep, but they definitely have some sort of red flags around them, right? Just because of how they behave sometimes. It's a little hard for others to, hear disruption, to understand why they behave like that. This impulsiveness I already felt coming through, like out of nowhere, you know, like they have trouble with their emotions. Dealing with their emotions could also have something to do with hormones here, with the flow. Trouble being in flow when they're out in the open. So they might snap easily, or they just look like they're snapping. So they might also have a short patience, like they have no patience potentially with themselves. So if somebody has an anger issue here, another person, they don't want you to harm you, I feel, but they're taking the distance so they don't look like they're having an anger issue. But I think they're so impatient with themselves. That is what ignites this frustration or anger, right? That's also where these mice are coming in. It's very, very difficult for them to deal with this, to get to the bottom of things. And the only way they can be resetting themselves is when they're in their comfort zone, where they have control in their comfort zone, at home, away from people. Yeah, that's pretty much what's coming through here, group number 1. That's the reason why they're so distant. At least that's what the cards are saying here. I hope that helped. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, bye bye. Hi, beautiful group number 2, welcome to your reading. You felt drawn to this card here, this feather. I feel a bit tired or something, like tiredness or like worn out is coming through a little bit here. Black bird, okay. I heard black sheep. Okay, so yeah, the magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding now. So why are they so distant for group 2? I feel they might always have felt a bit like a black sheep, okay, like the odd one out, or they're little. Let's say they're, this is a weird metaphor I'm getting, you know, like the rand of the pack, you know, it's like every wolf in the pack is like pretty big and built really well, and they're the ones that turned out to be smaller. You know, like they feel like there's something wrong with them genetically or so. Like they could be also mental, right? And then obviously it's a mental thing. So, but this has worn them out, okay? So they might feel weathered a lot, like, oh my god, I need a break, I'm tired, I'm, you know, like very exhausted kind of energy I'm getting here. And also the magic of unique qualities, and these are the black sheep, right? These are the special people. Instead of seeing themselves as special, they see themselves as there's something wrong with them, and that's why they're distant, because they feel also very insecure about themselves, or unsure. Okay, they feel like if this is romantically, they probably feel like they're not on your level. You definitely deserve something better, or why would you be interested in them? Okay, they also feel like a nuisance a bit with Blackbird. I feel like they would just be a nuisance to you. Okay, like when you find out who they truly are, you're just gonna drop them, like you don't want them anymore. Like they have this worst case scenario face on already. Okay, really interesting. Okay, why are they distant, please, for group number 2? Why are they distant? Group number 2. Why are they so distant? What's the distance? Thank you. Okay, we have fish here. Financially. Also financially, they might look at you having more than they think they have, okay? They might not be able to provide you with all the things that you want, even if this is just an assumption. You might not even want all those things, but when they look at the surface, they're very surface level, because they've been treated surface level, okay? They don't do this on purpose. They just observe something on the outside, and then they're like, oh my god, you know, you're like a gold digger, or whatever, like you're high standards. They feel like they maybe cannot fulfill your standards, okay? And then we also have the child here. New beginning. It could also literally be a child. And we have the fox. Cool. Why are they so distant? Yeah, they're observing you from a distance, that's for sure. They try to get a better picture of you from their distance from you, because they don't feel like they have the confidence yet also to present themselves. They're trying to observe you in different scenarios, I feel, how you behave, how you react before they make a move. They also want to appear little, I heard. So if the metaphor of somebody feeling little is not resonating, they want to be little, like a little tiny. They want to be the speck on the wall. They want to be the fly on the wall in your house where you live, to figure out how you tick. Who are you? Okay. So until they feel comfortable in your surroundings and knowing who you truly are, they will be distant. Okay, because they need to know who you are. They also want to know if this is more than surface level here. You might be really good looking, or you appear like you have a lot of money or something, right? You look rich, you look wealthy, you look well put together, you have your shit together, group number 2. So you're being admired, but that person might feel like they're not good enough for you, okay? So yeah, they want to be a fly on your wall. Again, here, they want the bird's eye perspective. They also want to stand out from the crowd. Like, they want to feel special when they're with you. So I feel like that's why they're observing you, to also when they do make a move or when they talk to you, that they can appear special to you, that you will think that they're special. Like, they're asking you this one particular question nobody else asked you. They want to be better than everyone else that you're dealing with. So they're being very smart about it. Maybe a little bit complicated. Might also seem manipulative because they're overthinking this a lot. Also, they obviously want to appear rich or put together themselves, okay? Like, they have to act together. They might also be young still, okay? They might also feel intimidated, as I said, and also some, I want to say less, but I feel though with this Blackbird too that they do want to like make a move or come forward. I also feel they probably they either think you're really cool looking, okay, as I said, they're intimidated, or they're also trying to look cool around you, like la la la, nothing going on over here, I'm totally cool, okay, don't even think I'm interested in you. Like, they're playing it cool. But then on the other hand, I feel like they feel like a complete child, okay? Like, they also might put on a show sometimes, so you pay attention to them, just like a child a little bit. Yeah, sometimes the more they overthink, the more weird things they might do to stand out from the crowd here. They also admire you, I think, for your smartness and how you appear. You stand out from the crowd as well here. Like they really have an eye on you, so to speak. So if you think they're distant, they're not really distant because they're observing you from a distance, and that's what a fox does as well. They're observing from a distance, okay? They're just calculating. So it seems like they're distant, but they're not. They're definitely watching. They're watching you online. They're watching you. Like we have that here too. We have the anchor on the bottom and the garden and also the clouds. Okay, so there's a lot of confusion about you. They might try to find you online or try to run into you somewhere out, okay? Maybe even connect with you online. That's all they have right now, I feel. I feel like they need more information about you to really judge you in the right way, to understand you, before they would come forward, so to speak. Let's do a few tarot cards here. Again, I'm feeling a very like romantic kind of situation here, or yeah, you have the Chariot. Wow. Why are they so distant, please? Death card. Scorpio, Cancer coming through. And the Hangman. Wow, 3 major arcana. And on the bottom, 3 of Swords. Yes, I really wanted to come through, and the Devil. So we have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Interesting, interesting. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. These are all water signs. This might definitely be a water sign for you here. We have Fish here. Fox here. Wow. 2 of Cups, the Devil, Capricorn, and 3 of Swords here. Oh my goodness. This is really interesting. They're also painting worst case scenarios sometimes, okay? They have been through some stuff probably. As I said, and they probably grew up feeling like they're the black sheep of the family or something like this. But again, therefore, I feel that they're special. And they kind of know this, but not yet already come 100%, okay? They're not giving themselves enough credit yet, I feel. I'm feeling like this clear quartz, like some clarity is needed, okay, for them. Clarity. They need also, first and foremost, clarity about themselves, of why they feel the way they feel here. But that's a different story. Okay, we have the Chariot here. They also might be different here, distant, because they might be focusing on their finances right now. They might be focusing on work. Okay, there might be a new beginning here, a new opportunity for them in work, where they have to put all their focus on right now. So this might be another area they're really watching right now to build something, okay? And it might be also difficult right now. So the distance could be that they're trying to focus on building wealth for themselves or building a future for themselves here. And they don't know really yet how to go about certain things. And you're just another aspect of that. Okay. That's fine. We have new beginning and new beginning here. They definitely also want a new beginning with you, obviously. There's transformational energy coming through here. But I think they're going through a lot of transformational things. And you're a part of that. Okay, a part of this group of transformations that they're going through. They might be still in the beginning stages of, even if they're not young, but if they're in the beginning stages of a new career or new promotion, leveling up of some sort. So they're having a tough time focusing on everything at the same time here. They're trying to be really, really clever and smart about what they're doing. This might also be a distraction formula for them here, because they've been hurt and burned. They've been burned in the past here. They listen to temptation. So again, we have all these water signs, especially Scorpio. When I see this here, if this is romantic, they might try to push away their feelings because they are very passionate people, okay, very sexual people, so they might be very attracted. Okay, they might feel a lot of attraction, so they're trying to distract themselves to not repeat their mistakes from the past here, yeah. 2 of Cups. And the Devil. And the Queen of Wands. I also would say that they look at you and probably think, again, you're too good to be true. You're not on their level. You're higher up than them, okay? They look up to you and think you would never be with them. You would probably leave them heartbroken. So I think this is also overall in this situation where they might think, oh my goodness, now I don't even have to ponder this option because they would never be into me, and that might be the distance. They might try to just close off this chapter and focus on their own stuff here that's going on because you're way out of their league, group number 2. Let's get a few more underneath here. What else is there that they're so distant, please, for group number 2? What else is there? The reason for their distance. Ace of Cups. We see this still? Yeah. Ace of Cups, another cups, another water. And the 6 of Wands, wow. And the 4 of Wands. They could also be in a different relationship already, okay. 4 of Swords, interesting. Actually, I want to put this over here. Now we have the 4 of Swords, and before we had the 3 of Swords. Sleeping it off. What does it say? Mental overload, sanctuary, and solitude. Okay. We have new beginnings here twice too, and victory. Public recognition. So they're definitely also trying to level up here. They're really focused people, driven people with the Chariot here in the finances. They might be in the field of finances as well. Or they're really trying to also support like a child. If this could be a child, they might be also focusing on something new here with that child, or like their pet or something like this, okay? So they're putting the attention on something that's realistically there right now also. Also with the Chariot, as I said, it's very action-powered, will-powered, okay? Trying to build up their safety net, so to speak. I also hear like they're trying to come up with a game plan here, you know, before they start celebrating. It's almost, I feel more like with this 4 of Wands, dancing around the fire and hyping themselves up, okay? Putting some motivation into them to come out successful at the other end here. Here we have fire in here again too. It's drawing me in. With the Ace of Cups. It's almost like down here, I feel like these are the things that are the burning desires within them, okay? I also feel like they want to be seen deep down because they feel like they've always been pushed down or whatever. I feel what they deep down really want is to actually be almost famous, okay? To be recognized for their accomplishments. Four of Swords on the bottom with 10 of Cups. Yeah, they're definitely dreaming about absolute happiness, happy families. We also have a child in here, so they could be a part in there. Okay, could be a part of this. They're trying to care for a child. Let's say they're a single father, for example. Okay, they're trying to make sure that this new beginning or that child is taken care of. Okay. I also feel a very protective nature here, so they might be private people. That's maybe also why they may appear distant. Like they're only doing their own thing. They're not sharing a lot with anybody about themselves. Definitely not. They have major goals here. It's major things going on with them. Major Arcana, Major Arcana, Major Arcana here. And they're definitely also dreaming and trying to manifest a beautiful family, a beautiful life here. Fulfillment, okay, fulfillment. They want fulfillment in their life. Here we have the Knight of Wands. They want to be fearless and free-spirited, where they also can reap success. And I do believe they have what it takes. I think in the future, because they're so hardworking and planning here on their own right now, they do have great potential to actually become not famous, but reach their goals, okay? Have a successful marriage potentially, or, you know, with thoughtful, giving it a thoughtful thinking process here, making sure they're very accurate potentially here. They don't want to do the wrong thing. That's why we have the Fox here, very calculated. They could be accountants, okay? Very calculated. Maybe a little bit manipulative here. I look at the Scorpio also, but they're also spiritual. Like, it's a really, really interesting mix here, I have to say, of personality. We also have the King of Pentacles here. They also might aspire nice things in life, okay? But I think right now they're also like working on how to become that person that they want and they ultimately think you would want, okay, if this is romantic here. But it looks quite like it. Let's get a few of those. Oh, let's start with Sacred Destiny, actually. Okay. Group number 2. Why is this person so distant? Different. Why did I just say different? They're focused. Yeah, totally. Chariot, finances, child, fox. They're super focused on on their work right now, potentially here. And because they think they're not on top of the mountain yet, they think that they don't have a chance with anyone anyways, or they're not letting anybody in right now. Because they're still working on themselves. They're still working on their riches and patience. Yeah, I think when it comes to themselves, because they have so high goals, they know or they think that will take a while. Until they grow up, okay? It might take a while until they grow up. Flexibility. I think the patience is needed for their flexibility, okay? You know what I mean? Here's focus, patience, and flexibility. They are flexible when it comes to their own life and their plans. They're trying to be really smart and about something here. And spiritually aware as well. They don't do something that they don't mean, okay? They're very calculated people, group number 2, which is essentially a good thing, I have to say. They're not impulsive. They're not very impulsive. They're emotional, they're feelers, but they're also very smart, very intelligent. I also believe here they do like to get the higher perspective of things. So if this is romantic and you want to end up with a person like this, it would probably be awesome eventually. But also maybe they're very particular, okay, in their personality. So I'm not sure how, oh look, love. When they love deeply, okay? They have a lot of passion within them because I felt drawn to the fire here. And this is the Ace of Cups with the fire, so they have a lot of passion within them. But because they think they have to make something out of themselves first before they can have you, for example, it's they might appear a little difficult, okay? When you might be thinking, no, you don't, you're good the way you are, okay? But they have a lot of love within them. Love, forgiveness, I also heard gratitude. I think because of how they grew up, they do have a lot of understanding about feelings, okay? And how some people don't want to be treated. They would never want to be just half-assed. So if they're pulling back or they're distant, that's because they're recalculating. It's like a computer. They're resetting, recalculating, finding a different way. They're being flexible, okay? But they're not sharing this, I feel. They're not sharing what's in their head with anybody. They just want to put on this phase of appearing okay or smart or put together, successful, okay? Very interesting. But the love is there. Let's get a few of those. Why are they so distant, please? Why is group number 2 so distant? We also have chance. But here, rolling the dice, interesting. Chance. I feel like they don't want to take just a chance, okay? It's because they don't just want to roll the dice and roll with it. They're not flowy, go with the flow people. Bullseye, yeah, exactly, focus. We have focus twice. I feel more like if they would just roll the dice and take a chance, they feel unprepared. They need to be prepared every time. They need to be prepared for every possible situation, I feel like. That's why they always need to be on point. They need to remotivate. They need to be on top of their game. They have to present themselves in the perfect way all the time. Maybe you can roll the dice, you know? Maybe you can move towards them. and actually make a move, because it might make them feel uncomfortable, but it also might actually be good because they would never do that. And they're not doing this because they don't like you, let's say, because we have love right here. And please forgive me, probably. And fulfillment, see, fulfillment's coming through too. As I said, they want to feel this. They want to have complete fulfillment. That's why they're also recalculating, watching from a distance, okay? It's almost like take a chance. Here's divine guidance and enlightenment. We have the Hangman here, Pisces as well. Lots of spirituality. I think this is could be a very in tune thing if this is romantic, but maybe if they're distant, maybe it's also okay for you to take a chance, okay? If they appear weird or distant or strange, it's because they didn't expect this situation to happen. They maybe didn't expect you to come forward, but maybe that's what they want because they feel insecure. Maybe it's good for you to move towards them. Really interesting group. And number 2. I hope that helped with the person, okay? And that's what comes through here, why they are so distant potentially. And thank you so much for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 3. You felt drawn to this feather. So why are they so distant? I feel like somebody is pulling back into their winter clothes almost, like hibernation. Okay, maybe hibernation is coming through. Okay, this is a turkey. Interesting. Honor your own time of harvest. Offer your gifts and blessings as service to the greater good. Interesting. Turkey, Thanksgiving is coming through. So yeah, harvest, fall time, before winter. Maybe they're preparing for something. They're preparing for, they're preparing for hibernation mode or something. Or if they're like working out people, maybe they're really focused on their capital gain, and not just capital gain, physical gain. You know, if the bears eat a lot, okay, to accumulate a lot of fat so they can make it through the winter. Or when like workout people, bodybuilders, they have their off time or the bulking time. Okay, so this person might be in a bulking phase here. They're fattening up for something, so they might be just busy with with their own stuff right now, or preparing for a rough time, okay, or a potential rough time. Why are they so distant? They also don't want to be taken advantage of, I heard. They're so distant because they're a little scared here. They're scared of commitment. Interesting. Why are they so distant? Ooh. Yeah, they're scared of commitment, group number 3. Yeah, scared of commitment. Institution right here. If this is a romantic about marriage, they're definitely scared of marriage or the financial aspect of it, because I felt this like fattening up, okay? Or just to have to lose their shape or have expectations on them. Things are coming to the surface here. Finances. Ooh, yeah. Nagging finances here. I do believe they want to care about themselves first. Maybe they're scared of caring about others as well. And because of that, they could be afraid of responsibilities, right? So first comes the relationship, then comes the ring, then comes the journey into marriage and this whole journey with children potentially, and then a house, and like everything is just like gets bigger and bigger and bigger, all this responsibility, and maybe that's something that they're scared of. I feel like right now, and maybe they're a bit in the selfish mode, only out of protection. You know, it's like honor your own time of harvest, like they want to keep it for themselves. Maybe they also not being straightforward and honest about what they all have, like maybe they're not ready to share stuff yet, okay? Or on the other hand, if they're distant, they're contemplating that, exactly that, okay? They might be contemplating the commitment and the journey of it and the responsibility that comes with something like that, okay? So, but I think that's a bit of a struggle to them, because the moon here with the fish are finances, right? So either they're having financial trouble, or they feel like they're not ready financially, or they're feeling like there's not going to be anything left for them. Or how are they always going to be providing? Are they going to be the provider, okay? And regardless of gender right now. Maybe also jobs, you know, like this commitment. Maybe it's just like this big thing. Maybe they have trouble potentially thinking big picture thinking. Okay, let's get a few tarot cards here too. Like, why are they so distant, please, for group number 3? Oh, yeah. They want to take charge, though, here. Queen of Wands. And then we have 5 of Wands. Yeah, see? think they're battling with themselves here. Conflict, clash of egos. Maybe it's also a bit of a struggle, money struggle or power struggle thing going on here between you guys. If this is romantic, but we have the sun on the bottom and the sharing, marriage, traditions, security and safety, I think, and healing. I think this is just a matter of giving some space right now, okay, with this distance. King of Swords being very logical, right? They might just see all the logical responsibility right now in front of their face, and it gives them troubles, okay? Emotions, while they're running deep here, they're being kind of stuck on their emotional conflict right now with themselves, probably, or with you. Maybe there was a bit of a conflict because of that. There was a conflict about future thinking, about how are we going to do this, or if you're planning anything, planning travel plans, or having holiday plans, right? Like the turkey here, Thanksgiving is what I'm thinking of. So maybe there's just this like arguing over things, and they're like now overthinking this whole relationship potentially, okay? So it's a clash of egos. That's all it is here. And the sun, I mean, this is really nice. What is essentially wanted. Here's happiness, fulfillment, openness, sharing, marriage, okay, safety in the marriage, and the healing is coming through, collaboration. I think you will be coming back together, but right now, see, look what's falling out. It's jumped out right on there. This overthinking, this arguing, this bickering, this whatever's going on right now also is really, really heartbreaking to this person. They don't want this. They don't want the distance, group number 3. But also right now might be in their logical brain where they can't be really giving you what you want potentially, or they're just trying to overthink this whole thing and find a logical solution for this here with the King of Swords. But right now there's heartache. Right now there's heartache after a potential argument. And this may have been about commitment or finances. Here's the mice, yeah. They might also be talking to other people about this right now. This with the turkey is really interesting. Offer your gifts and blessings as service to the greater good. Maybe there just needs to be more balance in give and take here. If this is not about money, it could be about nourishment, right? Who is responsible for what in the relationship, like also with the children or whatever this relationship is. This could also be a family situation, right? About sharing. There's lots of commitments maybe here. People have to step up to the plate. Okay, lots of sharing. A lot of expectations I heard here. So there might be like fundamental things here that need to be resolved. Fundamental things, but because there's big egos in the mix, this is difficult right now. That's why there's distance. Group number 3. Let's get a few of these actually first. What's the distance, please, for group number 3? Protection. Yeah, they're self-protecting right now. It's almost like if they have to make a decision or you give them like an ultimatum, they're pulling back right now, okay, for their own safety, because they can't make a decision right now like this. Transformation, yeah, they're in this stage of, they definitely want to transform. They definitely want to have the situation resolved, okay, in a beautiful way. We have the sun on the bottom here, and we also have the 6 of Pentacles. There's love and there's commitment. We have the ring here and the Hierophant. Okay, they want to share the same beliefs and happiness, and they want to be open, you know. There's a time of coming back together, or at least that's what they want. But let's see if there's another card here. Simplicity. I think it could be very simple, and it will be very simple in the end. I do feel warmth here. Okay. And maybe if this argument has happened more often or over and over, this could be the time finally to resolve it, right? To have a real transformation, to really play with open cards, group number 3. Really play with open cards, be straightforward and open and honest. So you can have this common ground here again, and the happiness. Maybe love languages, the 5 love languages are coming through, or something where you can compromise, you know. But simplicity is actually pretty neat here right now. Well, also, they were focusing me on the turkey. There's something else here that you need to know. And all I heard was... So I feel this is what's going on. It's just maybe it was an endless argument and nobody even knows anymore what it was about. Okay, it's like like a turkey. So maybe we just needed to cool down. Okay. And look what's on the bottom is happiness. Here's the sun card. I think you might also come out of this laughing about it, okay? So I feel lightheartedness coming through here, okay? Essentially, group number 3. It's actually really funny and cute. Yeah, it's like everybody put their egos away right now, okay? So it's not as bad as it seems potentially. Even if this is not a romantic, but if it's like with a family member or something like this, okay? Same thing. Or who to invite for Thanksgiving, okay? So much commitment, why am I doing it? Why do I have to host this? Or blah, 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 blah. Like, it might just be like a ton of turkeys in one area, and all you hear is like, okay, group number 3. What's with the distance? Why is there so much distance here? Can we please get more information with this? Why is there so much distance? Or what is this distance about? Thank you. Endings, transformation. Yeah, endings, transformation. Again, it might be about a specific day. Maybe you also got mad. Maybe somebody forgot the anniversary, okay? Or some sort of holiday. Or people have different plans, okay? And it just clashed. Like, something wasn't really sitting right. Metamorphosis. We have transformation like 3 times here, group number 3. And here we have number 22. Always reminds me of partnerships here as well. Let's get one more, okay? But this is definitely coming to an end, okay? If you're wondering about this, I don't think this is a breakup here. Or you will never talk again. I think the distance just needed distance to calm down, okay? And we have, look here, coming together. And it's a journey. Life's a journey. No matter if this is romantic or not, but here's a coffee. You will make up over coffee potentially, okay? It's time to get back together. I also heard if you want to talk things out, okay, in a public place where you can't get angry, where you kind of have to behave. Okay, look, we have relationships. Yeah, it's a journey. I see this long thread here going through. It's like this also lifeline, okay, of relationships. It might also be a family thing here because I see this blood is thicker than water. And I think this is something you will come to grasp here, or this other person, okay, or the other people. It might be multiple people here for group number 3. So you will come back together here, I feel, in a public place, okay, where you slowly, simply make a move towards each other. And also, yeah, simple. And share common things. Maybe this could be a good basis here to share the things that connect you, okay, to this person. So yeah, relationships, journey, caution, good luck. Yeah, so it's this acceptance also of relationship up and downs, to be honest, here. Let's see what the outcome is. I actually want to see you. Is there any more advice here, please, for the situation? Is there any advice? Thank you. We have the Hangman, Pisces. Yeah, right now, surrender, sacrifice, and uncertainty. Surrender. Just surrender to this right now. I think time. We need time. I think time is really something that's needed to calm down. And strength. Courage over overcoming control. Yeah, we have a clash of egos. So somebody here has to make the first move, first step, buy some coffee, okay? Be simple. With not even addressing this, maybe it would be a better idea here with the simplicity to just have a cup of coffee or bring a cup of coffee and leave. It's like this tiny first step or something like that, right? Do it slowly. Not with a lot of back thought, you know? To resolve this. And then we have independence here, self-reliance. Maybe it's also to really build yourself up again. So victory is on the bottom here. 6 of Wands. Maybe this turkey, whoever this turkey represents, okay, you or the other person, you have to feel like your own person again. There's distance is needed here. Come on, Cassie. yeah, I feel this distance is really needed to feel like yourself again, like you're self-reliant, okay? This person also might come back when they feel back into their body, into their system, when they're done making everything sound worse than it actually is, okay? And then they also realize again that they are happy, actually. Maybe they just freaked out, you know, over a situation or potential responsibilities they have to take on. This commitment was just a freak out situation, and now they're in this like thinking mode, trying to come up with a plan or just trying to give it away to the universe. So I really feel they need time. They need time to feel themselves again, to not be lost in a relationship, you know. But we have the victory here. And the transformation again, I seriously, this is the 4th time, right? So they're also being pushed into transformation themselves. They will come out bigger. They will grow from this situation, which is really, really cool, group number 3. I hope that helped, okay, for why they're so distant. And thank you so much for tuning in. I wish you all the best with this, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye-bye.